got your attention really quick. I should use this more. Let it be noted, first time I've ever used it, first and last in one meeting. So, good morning, everyone. Welcome and thank you for being here. This is the annual meeting for the Chamber, and I am going to call this meeting to order. So the purpose of this meeting, of course, is to report back to our membership on our financial, operational, and programmatic health. Since July is the start of our new fiscal year, this is a good time to use this meeting to thank and recognize our outgoing and incoming new directors to our board. And this morning, Chamber President Ian Scott's going to kick us off. Ian?
All right. Jennifer, thank you. And thanks to everybody for turning out. I think there was a little bit of mystery about what we were going to do today. Let me reiterate, this is really our shareholders meeting. This is our annual membership meeting where we get a chance to report to you, the owners of this enterprise, how in fact we're doing. That's the intent today. And I'm going to spare you right up front by not deluging you with a whole bunch of talking from me, which you probably are subjected to more than enough. Instead, we're going to use a video, and we actually have two. One is a group of members, some of whom are here in the room, so don't be embarrassed when you see yourself. And the other is Jennifer and Graham talking a little bit about our past year. So to kind of give that programmatic recap of what we're doing, two videos.
Economic growth is crucial for the long-term sustainability and vitality of any community. By fostering a thriving economy, we create job opportunities, attract investments, and enhance the quality of life for our residents.
USCB values its relationship with the Chamber so much. We're proud partners because we believe in the integrated community that we're part of. The university sees itself as a driver for economic development. We see the Chamber as a coordinator and a convener and a driver for economic development as well.
The Ameris Bank's been a part of this community for a long time. We are a part of this thriving community. And the reason why we choose to be a part of the Chamber is because of the partnerships, the education, the insights, the friendships, the family, the connections that we have.
CT Lowndes is a proud Leadership Circle member of the Chamber because we enjoy being a part of the business community. We appreciate the opportunity to connect with other like-minded individuals, have someone that advocates for our business.
Stoneworks is a member of the Beaufort Regional Chamber, and thankfully so. Because we're new physically to this area in Beaufort, it's important for us to get to know others and to bring them into our facility so they know us as well. The Beaufort Chamber has helped us do that with.
They have played an integral part in every part of the growth of this community. There's so many reasons why you should be involved in the Beaufort Regional Chamber of Commerce.
So when businesses are growing, the community grows and there's just opportunities for everybody. It's important for businesses to be able to have one voice. So it's good to be able to have a group that's working together and to advance, whatever the issue is to try and improve the climate.
So local connections matter. They matter big time. When you think about the industry professionals represented from our small mom and pops to our middle market businesses to our larger companies here in the.
You know what, Mark? I'm gonna hone in on this one and chime in a little bit. We've been a Chamber member for 9 years, and I can't stress enough the networking aspect of what you're talking about right now. I can't count on my hands how many times we've gotten business from a networking event at the Chamber or word of mouth through another Chamber member. So you hit the nail on the head on that one.
I've learned more about Beaufort and Beaufort County since I joined the Chamber and what's going on politically, economically, commercially. So yes, it's been very valuable being a member of this Chamber. Actually, the Chamber moved my business faster than what was in my business plan. But I appreciate that. When I joined the Chamber, I did not realize that it put me on the fast track to growth.
You need to connect, you need to develop, you need to grow. You need to end up using the tools that Ian and his valued team has put together before us so that we can end up making an impact in this community.
And they have this innate power to convene and to connect all the right parties to continue driving forward the economy of the region and of the city.
You know, we appreciate the Chamber and everything that Ian and the staff do for businesses in the community.
Thank you to the Chamber staff and all they do for us. And again, congratulations on being the best chamber in the Carolinas. We are so proud of you. Let's do business together.
Hi, I'm Graham Summerall with Hargray, incoming chairman of the Beaufort Regional Chamber of Commerce.
And I'm Jennifer Tuckwiller with Carolina Air, and I had the pleasure of serving as board chair for the past 2 years.
We're proud to be a part of this active and growing business advocacy organization and proud of the progress we've made over the past 12 months. This is the Beaufort Chamber's Year in Review.
The Beaufort Regional Chamber of Commerce is an independent network of local business leaders. We advocate for a strong business climate and promote a prosperous future for the Beaufort region. The Chamber's work is divided into 3 areas. First, we support local businesses through advocacy, information, and connections. Second, we help grow the economy by working with economic development partners, focusing on key sectors and making sure Beaufort is the country's most military-friendly community. Third, we build leadership capacity in the community with a vision for the future and data to track our progress. Several initiatives launched over the past year highlight what the Chamber is all about. The Military Enhancement Committee, known as the MEC, chaired by retired Marine Corps Colonel Neil Puglisi, revamped their charter, launched a new website, and expanded their work to ensure that Beaufort's military bases are fully supported for the future. Visit BeaufortMech.com and follow the MEC on social media to stay up to date on our local installations. Spun from the MEC is one of the most exciting projects the region has seen in years. The Defense Community Partnership Task Force is a public-private effort to explore future opportunities at the Naval Hospital. Thanks to funding and engagement from Beaufort County, the City of Beaufort, the Town of Port Royal, and the State of South Carolina, we are developing a plan to bring new investment and jobs to the 120-acre Naval Hospital site after planned new military and veteran medical facilities are built in our region. The task force is in early discussions with the Navy, and tentative plans highlight historic sites, reuse legacy buildings, growing the tax base, and creating a site to attract a headquarters function and great new jobs to our community. Special thanks to Task Force Chair Ben Coppage and members Lisa Philp, Caroline Furman, Hank Amundson, Mitch Mitchell, and Greg Shelton for their ongoing work on this effort. Also this year, the Chamber's Low Country Land Council hit its stride. This peer group, comprised of engineers, architects, attorneys, and real estate professionals, was established to promote best practice in sustainable development and dialogue with our local governments about policy and process. Over the past year, they have met officials from the county, the City of Beaufort, Port Royal, and Yemassee on a wide range of topics related to investment, redevelopment, and preservation of land. Providing local children with a quality education is critical for a successful community. The Chamber held the inaugural Education Appreciation Day last year to thank educators who devote their lives to teaching our children. More than 400 teachers got classroom supplies and signed up for promotions from several dozen local businesses. We expect an even bigger turnout for our second annual event coming up on August the 10th. Special thanks to Chamber Vice President Megan Morris for pulling together this new signature event, in addition to leading operations and organizing all the Chamber's other events and programs. Federal Reserve economist Laura Ulrich returned to keynote our annual economic forecast this year. At that event, we also released our newest Beaufort Bright Spots video and updated our regional prosperity dashboard. This year's data spotlights worrying labor and housing cost trends that are impacting every local business. The Chamber has become the source for unbiased facts about the region's economy, and that data is important to our business advocacy efforts.
While pushing forward on those hallmark efforts, the Chamber continued to help local businesses succeed week in and week out. Connections are critical for every business. The Chamber hosted 63 events last year where local businesses can meet potential new customers and partners. In addition to our 5 signature events, the Chamber organized monthly business after-hour mixers. These events average more than 75 attendees. Monthly Coffee with Colleagues events are free for Chamber members and average more than 40 attendees. Ribbon-cutting events are designed to celebrate new businesses, openings, relocations, and milestones. They are also a great opportunity to meet fellow business leaders. The Chamber, in partnership with local governments, helped mark the grand openings of 22 new businesses in our community this past year. New startup businesses are a great sign that our local economy is strong and vibrant. The region's business community is growing, and so is the Chamber. Thanks to the great work by Chamber Membership Director Susan Fogelman and the Chamber Ambassador volunteers, we set another record year for new member growth. 61 Leadership Circle level members played an outsized role in our financial health. By investing above the standard dues level, members at the visionary, champion, advocate, and partner levels make sure that the Chamber has the financial resources necessary to retain a capable and motivated staff, and to invest in the research and tools needed to meet our mission. I am proud to report that the Chamber has grown total revenue and finished each year with a positive operating net each of the last 3 fiscal years. At the end of this fiscal year, our operating net was strong enough for the board to establish a new opportunity fund. This new reserve fund gives the organization the financial resources necessary to act quickly to advance our membership's interest when we have an unexpected opportunity. We're proud of everything the Chamber has accomplished over the past year, but you don't have to take our word for it.
That's right. The Beaufort Regional Chamber of Commerce won Chamber of the Year for the Carolinas last October. This peer-judged competition was open to every Chamber of Commerce in North and South Carolina, and we took home Best Small Chamber honors.
This win is shared by us all, board, staff, committee members, and partners. Thank you for your role in making us the best chamber in the Carolinas.
Told you'd be better than hearing me talk, but you're not totally exempt. I promise I'll be quick and drive through just a few slides. As I said at the top, you all are indeed the owners of the enterprise, and to prove it to you, I think we're a little too far. So if you'll drive the slides. To prove it to you, the first slide up is our org chart. And you don't have to go through all the detail. There will not be a test at the end, but I want you to note it says enterprise owners. It's the only square there in orange. That means you all. This is your organization, and you have to be the source of our ambition. This organization is designed, built, and tasked with promoting prosperity for this region. That's success for each of you, your businesses, and your families. We need to hear from you to know where we're going, to know what we're aiming at. I want to reaffirm that we are indeed in a very healthy position. These are preliminary financials. They have not even gone through full vetting in our finance committee yet. These numbers will change, but we had a very healthy year end on June 30th, and we were able to do a lot of things that we haven't been able to do in the past. We made a 4-figure contribution to our rainy day fund, a 5-figure contribution to the opportunity fund, which I'll explain a little bit more later, a 5-figure carry forward for the MEC to jumpstart their work for the next year, and we've also paid for an audit, or at least put money away for an audit, and still finished with a really healthy bottom line. We've got 5.5 months of cash on hand, which is a good spot to be in. And for the 3rd straight year, we've got a positive operating net and have made reserve contributions. So our financial health is strong, and we are indeed growing. That opportunity fund, you heard Graham talk about it. It's something I'm really, really proud of, and proud that the organization is in a position to be able to have another tool in our toolbox. The whole purpose, and we put $10,000 in the first year. That's the seeding this new fund. It's cash that the board of directors at its discretion can deploy quickly when there's an opportunity in this community. We don't have to pass the hat for the first dollar to go in. If the board is ready to act, we're ready to act, and we've got some money we can deploy to do that. And that's a really good sign, I believe, for the direction of this organization, what we intend to do, and now we can have a resource to be able to do it. We're growing. This is a look at both our membership revenue over 3 years and our total revenue over 3 years. I'll note that there's a 38% growth in membership revenue. These are the budgeted revenues. We've beaten our budget each of those years, and we intend to do so again this coming fiscal year. You'll see a big jump, and you probably wonder what that is. We consolidated all of our affiliate programs so that our finance committee and board of directors have a completely holistic view of the organization, all the cash flows in and out. There's nothing changed about the way the MEC or leadership programs operate, but this makes sure that we've got a holistic view as a governing committee of what's happening in the organization. But I want you to note this is steady growth. In fact, our membership revenue from last year is significantly greater than our entire budget was in the year we had COVID and didn't have as many events and stuff going on. Our membership's also growing. Graham noted this. Here's the numbers. You see we beat substantially, healthily beat our budget, 30% over budget in new member growth last year, thanks to the great work of Susan, primarily as the lead, but also to our chamber ambassadors, many of whom are here in the room. The 3-person, now 4-person team that we have can't do it without the help that we get from many of you in the room, particularly those chamber ambassadors on the membership side. On the renewal side, we hit it too. We had net membership growth last year. We added 80 new member accounts, which was more than we dropped, and were able to actually grow our total membership. And it was 61 leadership circle members when Graham filmed the video a couple weeks back. It's now 62. But sincere thanks. Many of you are in the room. Wayne with Encompass Health. There's Fripp Island Resort, Ameris Bank. There's probably too many to list. There's 62, and many of you are sitting here. Many of you are sitting here. Your investment in us, kind of above that standard dues level, allows us to be approachable to every business, every startup, every aspiring entrepreneur in this community, to keep our entry-level price point low, but have enough resources and enough clout and enough fiscal sustainability to keep the operation moving. So sincere thanks. Half of our membership is still at the startup level. We are still very much a small business chamber of commerce. And we are a very diverse membership. There is no one sector that dominates. And if you look around the room, you'll notice that. If you look at the composition of our board, you'll also notice that. This is just a quick snapshot look based on business sector. Our biggest is local service and retail, followed by lodging and F&B, business and financial services, construction, development, and real estate. There are some bigger segments based on the nature of our economy in the region, but we are indeed a very diverse and balanced membership. So with that, I say the state of your Chamber of Commerce is strong, but that is thanks to you. And that's really what I want to close my portion of the morning with, is some thanks. I intentionally want to thank everybody who's sitting here, because I think every single face I see looking back this way has been a contributor to the success of this organization over the past couple of years in bigger ways than you know. And I really want to thank Megan, Hannah, and Susan. If you haven't met Hannah Myatt, our newest team member, she joined us a couple weeks back. Megan is particularly glad to have Hannah on, because she will be able to take a significant administrative burden off of Megan and let her focus a whole lot more attention on growing our member services side. And we have some real ambitions in that area. We need your help to shape those. I also wanted to thank Evan Wheeler, Ben Coppage, who's not in the room today, Jennifer, who's worked absolutely tirelessly in her role as chair over 2 years. I was so grateful she was willing to stay on and do a second term. We were in the middle of a lot of transitions last year, and her steady hand at the tiller is a big, big part of the success I hope you're seeing today. And also Graham, who's been a real positive influence on me and the team This does not happen without all of your work. My final note here, our mission is to promote economic prosperity. And prosperity is not status quo. Prosperity is forward-looking. We have to have a vision of where we're heading, and we can't set that. That has to come from you all. Those conversations, those phone calls, those networking events and mixers that you attend, and the conversations we have there, city council meetings, that's where that vision for the future gets shaped. This chamber alone does not unilaterally decide where we're headed as a community, but our voice is absolutely critical in shaping the tone, tenor, and direction we're headed as a community. We cannot do it without you. So you'll hear from Jennifer and Graham coming up about next steps in planning for us. We're going to have a board retreat with our board of directors, many of whom are at the front and some of whom chose to sit in the back, and that's fine. But we'll have a planning retreat next month. Between now and then, we really need to hear from you. We need to hear your ambition. We need to hear your pain points. We need to make sure we're oriented and setting goals clearly based on the needs we have in this community to be the advocate that you need us to be. We have the tools to do it. We're stable, we're strong, and we're headed in the right direction. Help us get there faster. Thank you.
Thanks, Ian. I guess after that, you all know the chamber is strong. We're in a great position moving forward. And many thanks to the team at the chamber. I always laugh and say they were a strong team of 3.5, and now between 2 halftime, I think we're 4. so it's 4 people doing a ton of work. And so thanks to them. I'm going to get back to them later too. But we do have 3 directors that are rolling off the board at the end of this term of service, which ended in June for us. And they are Christina Wilson. She's the executive director of CAPA. She couldn't be with us today, but she served for 6 years on the board. She has the nonprofit heart that we always look to kind of at board meetings, and that's a center and a sector we want to hear from and keep on our board. And her enthusiasm for all things and her acumen at politics is really good, and she just provided great feedback for us on the board. We miss her, and we will recognize her at another time, but please just thank her if you see her out and about. We do have another outgoing director, and it's past chairman Evan Wheeler. Come on up, Evan, with Dominion Energy. Evan was chair of the board in 2019 and 2020. He was in the midst of a president transition and COVID. He got special things during all of that time. So Evan always asks, "Where's the candy?"
Yes, that is what I need.
So Evan gets candy.
Okay.
So thank you, Evan, for your service.
I do appreciate it. Thank y'all so much.
Thanks, Evan. Also being recognized today is another past chairman, Dick Stewart. Would you please come forward? This was Dick's second go round on the board. He was a past chairman, and he served with us on the finance committee, which is important but sometimes boring. I'll say boring because it's sometimes boring. Hopefully it's boring, and you're exactly right. Sometimes it wasn't so boring. It was a little stressful work in the earlier times. But we're proud to say that now we're in a much more stable position, and we thank Dick for being there. He always pushed us to think bigger, to do more. And I think he's that voice in the room where you dream bigger and you want to do better. So we thank you for that push.
Thank you.
Now that you're retired, we have a little gift to keep you busy. We expect to see great things from this little baby bonsai tree. And I hope it'll keep you busy. And the chamber did say if you need a pair of scissors to trim, they have some, but they're kind of large for the ribbon cutting. It might not work. It might not work there. But Thank you so much for your service.
Thank you, Madam.
There's another group of people in the room to be recognized, and these are our past chairs. They've all done hard work and time in the past and in the not so distant past. So I want to recognize those who are here with us today. The Chamber's been around since 1892, and we've been promoting prosperity in our region since then. So we want to thank the people who have helped us get there. I don't think Ben Coppage is here. Lee Copeland is here. Just stand up. 2015-16. Thank you. Will A. Church is here, 2013 and 14. Stephen Murray, 2012, 2013. Jimmy Boozer, 2010, 2011. Thank you. Kendall Erickson, 1998, 1999. And Frank Gibson, 1983 to 85. Thank you all for being here. In the last 2 years, I think we've established a group for past chairmen to come and sit around a table and talk about some of the ideas we have, and it's been a great way for us to reconnect some of those past chairmen and reestablish some of those relationships. So that's been a fun endeavor that we've started in the last couple years. The other group I want to recognize is our ambassadors. Ambassadors in the room, if you're here, please stand. Okay, there's ambassadors. Y'all stand up. Yeah. Thank you. There's a few. Again, with a staff of 3.5 to 4, however you want to look at it, you can't pull off an event with 3 people, 4 people. It just doesn't work. The ambassadors do the lion's share of the work. They're the ones standing under the tent in the hot sun, giving you all the drinks. They set it up. They take it down. They really play an important part in what we do, and they're always here early. They're here late. So thank you for all you do. We really appreciate your work, and we couldn't do it without you. So thank you. Real quick, I'm going to give my final remarks. Just a few thoughts I had. 2 years came and went pretty fast. I'm grateful for everybody in this room that's played a part of the Chamber's success, because it's all because of you that the Chamber has had success. You are our membership, and membership drives everything that we do. It is the sole reason we exist. And so we thank you for that. We're going to continue to promote our vision of prosperity for everyone in the region based on a vibrant and resilient economy. We have to keep that vision front and center as we move forward. And we also want to continue to work within the framework of our mission, and those 3 priorities are to support local businesses, to continue to strengthen and diversify the economy, and build leadership capacity for the future. Some highlights of my time as chairman: we reviewed and overhauled our membership levels. This was quite the journey we went through, but we were able to restructure all the membership levels. And now we have built this great leadership circle of investors. And many of you in the room are part of that leadership circle. That will continue to grow and will continue to be a great basis for us in the future. We've had record membership growth. I think it's due to Susan's efforts, but it's also due to kind of the momentum we're having here as a chamber. People want to be a part of what we're doing, and they see movement and they see action, and that's important. Positive operating net for the last 3 fiscal years. The Chamber hadn't seen that in a long time before that. We're in a more solid position than we've ever been before. We run mean and lean operationally, but we finally have a little breathing room in our budget now. So it's been great to see that come to fruition over the past couple of years. We continue to provide engaging and productive programming events, and we're looking for new ways to engage you in the future. I think that's going to be our biggest focus moving forward, so we welcome to hear those ideas and put those into practice. The Chamber of the Year Award was just some really nice recognition for our chamber, and I think it was a great boost to the staff to kind of have those efforts be recognized from a peer group. That was really great. And then, of course, the thing I think is the most exciting thing that the Chamber is embarking on right now is the Defense Community Partnership Task Force. This is I don't want to say once in a lifetime, because we could have more than one, but this is a unique opportunity. It will certainly change our economy, and it will only strengthen our military installations further. I'm very hopeful for the continuation of that project to develop. Thank you to the staff. My goodness, they work so hard. Susan is relentless in her membership efforts. She will hunt you down and find you, and that's a good thing. When you're a membership, that's what you have to do. But she's engaging. People love to see her, and so thank you for all you do in membership. Megan is a workhorse. There's no doubt about that. Megan is like in 10 places at once, but she brings energy, efficiency, and creativity to the team, and that was a missing part. So thank you, Megan, for all you do. Hannah, you're very new, but I hear great things. And you've rounded out the team very nicely. And last but not least, Ian, of course. His steadfast leadership and guidance, we just wouldn't be where we are today. And John Maxwell once said, anyone can steer the ship, but it takes a leader to chart the course. Thank you for charting our course. Looking ahead, I always want to leave you with something. So my charge to you all as members, look at your membership. If you still are paying $375 on your annual invoice, you're not a startup business anymore if you're in this room. I don't think I see a startup business in this room at all. Maybe one or two. Look at where you are as a member. You know, if you can do more, do more. We want you to be involved, and the more you get involved, the more you're going to get back from this organization. My charge to the board is keep being a cheerleader for this chamber. That's what we're here for. Highlight what we're doing out in the community. Correct misinformation, really important. When you hear it, correct it. There's a lot of that. And continue to look for opportunities for us to be the convener of conversations that are important in this community. We want to be the convener, and I think Eric Skipper said it, convening. And that's important for us, and we're going to do more of that in the future. And we want to be the people in the room. We want to be the people hosting those conversations. And my charge to Graham is just keep steering the ship. The course has been set. We've got a lot of great momentum moving forward. You're going to do a great job. And I'm very happy to pass the gavel. So here we go. This is the official passing of the gavel.
In slow motion for the photo.
In slow motion.
All right. Thank you. I'd say thank you, everyone. I've been on the board for 6 years. Today makes it official since I finally have a name tag. Jennifer, thank you very much. Can't say enough for the past 2 years of your leadership. Under your leadership, we made substantial organizational changes to become more efficient of an operation. I'd like to share a quick story on how Jennifer can get things done. We had an executive meeting in the boardroom where the air conditioner was barely working. She got on the phone, and about 10 minutes later, John was on his hands and knees. So I don't care who is in the room, you can't get that kind of response with the air conditioning company. So kudos to Jennifer and John. We have a small thank you baskets. Oh, all right. I was waiting for Vanna White to roll in. So we have a small, I'm Vanna. So we have a small thank you basket for just to say job well done over the past 2 years. I know you're not going far, so I look forward to your input for the next year as being immediate past chair. But good morning, my name is Graham Summerall. I have lived in Beaufort for 31 years, not by choice originally. My parents first met and then they retired down here, probably the summer of '91. So having never heard of Beaufort, I found a map, drew a big circle around Charleston to Savannah, saw the creeks, rivers, and pictured myself as Huck Finn, thinking that this is going to take 3 or 4 years to get to know this area. Little did I know I'd spend the next 7 years remodeling a 1951 home that my parents bought. And that wasn't by choice either. At the time, I didn't enjoy it one bit.
Well, I looked out the window and saw my friends playing in the river. But I'm appreciative of the experience. To this date, I haven't had to hire a contractor for anything. So there's benefits there. Let me see. I finished high school here in Beaufort, Beaufort Academy. I went to the Citadel. I'm sure everyone's seen the movie The Great Santini. I can relate to that movie. When I reported to the Citadel, there really wasn't much of a change from living underneath my father. I met my wife here. She went to COC. Later on to MUSC. She works with the Beaufort County School District as a speech therapist. We have 2 boys, an 8 and a 12-year-old model. Over the past 21 years, I've worked with Hargray Communications in various capacities. Currently, I handle our resort business, which most of it is south of the Broad. However, we do have a bit on the Barrier Islands here. Prior to starting our family, I spent a lot of time in the waters around here. I got my captain's license, ran an inshore charter business for a while, and now I enjoy testing my patience, trying to teach my kids everything that I've learned. I'm to the age now, I need my glasses. You've heard you're only as strong as the weakest link. In the communication business as an internet provider, I'd say you're only as strong as your network. We can all agree that network and connections are the key to running a successful business or having any relationship. I haven't discovered an organization, a better organization than the Chamber that can, 1, grow your relationships and extend your network to reach potential customers and partners, and 2, keep you informed and engaged about everything that's happening within the community. In the video, you heard that the Chamber hosted 63 events last year. Surprisingly, being a chamber isn't all about social happy hours and networking. A key takeaway is the steady information flow downstream. This occurs on a weekly basis with e-blasts and social media content. Ian's Friday 5 Summaries does a great job of bridging local, state, and national news regarding to its local impact. Other programs such as the Low Country Land Council, the Public Policy Council help define our region. Our 5 signature events allows the opportunity to have you engage with legislators, educators, military leadership, and local leaders. The Chamber's day-to-day efforts keep everyone connected about the issues and opportunities facing our community. As you're well aware by now, our success over the past 3 years is possible from member contributions and the hard work from, I wrote 3.5, but we're going to round up to 4. The member team. They're really superstars. I'm amazed at the work that they do each week, as well as planning and attending all of the events that we host. We have 613 members, and I challenge everyone in the room that if you have friends, know businesses that aren't a member, ask them why not. I would personally love to hear anyone's thoughts on how they think not being a member is better for their business. The value in advertising alone at the startup of what you get on the startup membership is worth the value compared to other advertising media. At this time, I'd like to introduce our current board of directors. I see some of you here. And if you could, just raise your hand and be recognized. Nick Messingberg with Lockheed Martin. He is currently the chair-elect. Jennifer Tuckweiler, we know Jennifer, past chair. Liz Mitchum is with Adams Outdoor Advertising. She is our treasurer. Jessica Bridges with Technical College of the Low Country. Mark Cutler with Ameris Bank. Dr. Caroline Furman with the Office of Veteran Affairs. Jason Farrell with Blythe Construction. I didn't see Jason. Chris Fisher with EcoGlass Services. Lauren Gadd with Fripp Island Resort. Ben Coppage with Coppage Law Firm. Russell Baxley with Beaufort Memorial Hospital, Janet Gresham with the Beaufort Jasper County Realtors, Hope Freeman with BP America, Dr. Martha Moriarty with USCB, Whit Zuber with SC21, Thomas Taylor with Kinghorn Insurance, and Gamar Watts with Jelion Bar and Grill. And last is Rita Wilson with Alpha Graphics. So I saw Barry and Rita here. One of the duties of the incoming chair is to lead our nominations committees. Over the past 2 nomination cycles, which I might hold the record for being chair-elect 2 years in a row. Thank you, Jennifer. But over the past 2 nomination cycles, we sought to recruit directors that reflect every business sector within our region. We also look for leaders with deep ties to the community, rich in personal professional experience. I'm proud to introduce our strong incoming class of directors. Please stand to be recognized when I call your name. Roger Bright. Roger is a veteran who has extensive real estate development experience. I've worked with Roger and his company for a while. He spent most of his career in Louisville, Kentucky, where he's developed and built everything from single-family homes, multi-dwelling units, apartments, and workforce housings. He serves on the Chamber's Land Council and currently leads the development team with Farino Company, which currently has 13 projects throughout Beaufort County, totaling over $300 million in investments. Veronica Hemingway. Veronica's a South Carolina native, hailing from Columbia. She went to Clemson, received her master's at NC Central University. She spent the last 25 years working with several nonprofits and currently works for the Coastal Community Foundation, directing grant making and programs in the southern coastal counties of Beaufort, Colleton, Hampton, and Jasper counties. What's interesting is, what I found interesting is she also serves, she also serves as a federally appointed commissioner for the Gullah Geechee Cultural Heritage Corridor. There's a lot there. So it's like a business card this long. Next is Ethan James. Ethan is a Beaufort native. He's been involved with real estate over the past 10 years in handling both sides, sales and some development. He's currently with Charter One Realty on Carteret Street. He's been the foundation chair of his Rotary Group and currently sits on the chair of the Beaufort Housing Authority. Lisa Philp, after attending her undergrad and law school from USC, she's a Gamecock, I imagine. She practiced law in New York and in Charleston. She currently works as the general counsel with the Mitchell Brothers construction firm and holds a seat on our MEC. Finally, the last but not least is Courtney Worrell. I've known Courtney for a long time. Courtney started her career, which I didn't know this, in politics, working for the governor's office of Virginia. Immediately afterwards, she handled a different, worked in fundraising capacity for several years. Somewhere along the way, her and Jack came to their senses, moved back to Beaufort. Courtney's been working with Dick Stewart over the past 21 years and is currently a co-CEO of 303 Associates. They've got a few projects working in the works downtown, and she and Jack also have a son attending Clemson, which if you ask her, she could probably give you the days until classes resume. So I welcome the new board members as well as our returning board members. I look forward to working with you to continue our mission. Ian, did I miss anything? Anything else to add? With that, we will conclude our annual meeting, and I'll ask the board for a motion to adjourn. Second. All in favor? Aye. We're adjourned. What I didn't mention is I've been on the board for 6 years, and this is the first time I've seen our gavel.